Hello everybody, and welcome here to Long Island, New York, the good old United States of America. Now if you're watching this video, you probably already know me. My name is Rob, and the other Lost Boy Shane and I are currently back home in the US for a few weeks, enjoying some time off with family before we return to Indonesia in January. And today, I'm gonna be showing you around where I grew up. So, I'll be giving you a house tour, walking you around the neighborhood, taking you to the beach, showing you the local foods, and introducing you to my family.
Let's take a look at the map of the United States to get our bearings and also give you a little bit of backstory. I'm from Long Island, which is part of New York State. I grew up in a small town called Belmore, which is about 15 miles or 24 kilometers from New York City. Shane is from a different state in the US called North Carolina, which is over 500 miles or 800 kilometers south of New York. And don't worry, he'll be making a vlog about his hometown too. Back to Long Island. This is where I grew up and spent my childhood. But at age 18, I decided to go to a military university in Connecticut, which is a different state about 2 hours from my hometown. 4 years later, I graduated with my bachelor's degree, but had a 5-year contract to serve with the US Coast Guard. First, they moved me out to San Diego, California, where I was stationed on a ship for 2 years. Then I was moved back to the East Coast in Jacksonville, Florida, where I was stationed for 3 years. After finishing my contract with the Coast Guard, I left the US in July of 2019 and began backpacking around the world. Well, we all know what happened in March 2020. But as for me, I was incredibly lucky to get on a flight from Vietnam to Bali 2 days before Indonesia closed its borders. And I've been happy in Indonesia ever since.
So I actually haven't lived here in over 10 years, but everything you'll be seeing in the video today is from my childhood, and it's definitely had a lasting impact on me. Now this is my childhood home right here, but before we go inside, it is time for breakfast and I'm starving. So we're gonna hop in my mom's car and go get a Long Island staple dish, a bagel. So let's go. Guys, it is so cold. Gonna hop in here. All right, I haven't driven a car in over 3 years, just been driving motorbikes in Asia. We drive on the left side of the road in Indonesia, and here in the US, we drive on the right. So I've driven a couple times since I've been home already, but it was a little sketchy, but let's see how I do. Buckle up, guys, safety first, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, baby, I'm nervous. Maybe I should just worry about driving instead of vlogging and driving, huh? That would probably be a good idea, yeah? But one thing I've noticed since I've been back is that the roads here are so much bigger than in Indonesia. They're so wide, look at this, guys. And you could fit, 3 cars across, and I'm so used to the roads, in Bali or in other islands in Indonesia that are so skinny, they barely fit cars and motorbikes. You guys like my mom's seat covers, these Hawaiian red covers with the see behind my head. We're now on the main road, guys. You can kind of get a feel for the area here, but now we're outside of the, the neighborhood housing areas, and we're just in the place where there's a bunch of shops and restaurants and stores, and there's a post office right there, and quite busy here, especially during the day. There's always people out and about doing stuff. There's a pharmacy off to the right, and we're getting close to where we're gonna go get a bagel. It's actually not that far from my house. So let's show you here. This is it. It's called Town Bagel, the best bagel on Long Island, I swear. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't wanna bring the whole vlog setup in there. I'm so nervous. It's like in Indonesia, I'm totally okay vlogging in public, but here, New Yorkers are gonna be like, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Get out of here. So I'm just gonna walk in there and order, and I'll bring my phone and get some shots with the phone so you guys can see. Let's go. Hello. Can I do a bacon and cheese on everything bagel?
Scrambled eggs?
Yes, please.
American cheese and bacon?
Yeah.
What kind of bacon?
I'll do a peach snapple to go. Thank you.
Your name?
Rob.
Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Take the bag off.
And we are back. Hop out of the car here. Can't forget the food. Can't forget about you guys. Okay. Here we go, guys. Welcome. Welcome here. Let's go in the kitchen first. Here we go. This is like an unboxing, guys. So I've already had a bagel since I've been home. I've already had a few, but I haven't had a proper bacon, egg, and cheese on an everything bagel. So let's give you the lowdown here, guys. Oh my God. Oh, look at this. All right. So mostly for the Indonesians here. This is a bagel. I think some people know what a bagel is, not everybody, but the outer bread is pretty much the bagel. And New York and Long Island is known for having the best bagels. There's a few different conspiracies or reasons people think why, but we have the best bagels. They taste the best. There's different kinds, as I showed you when we were in the store where I was buying them. There's tons and tons of different kinds. I got an everything bagel, which means that there's sesame seeds, poppy seeds, usually salt and pepper, and sometimes onion that are baked into the outside of the bagel. So it just pops with flavor. But you can get a plain bagel, you can get a bagel that just has sesame seeds on it, you can get a pumpernickel, there's tons and tons of varieties. And I got the staple breakfast, bacon, egg, and cheese, guys. We don't do rice in the US for breakfast. We do usually eggs and bacon, as you know. So you can see here, guys, we do the bacon, egg, and cheese all mashed together in the bagel. Now you've got a breakfast in your hand and you can just bite it, take it to go. It's better than a plate. But there's one thing we can't forget, guys, when we're eating this. Gotta open the fridge. We've got hot sauce. Okay, guys, not Indonesian sambal. Indonesian sambal is the chopped chilies mixed in with different, fresh ingredients. This is American hot sauce. My favorite is the Frank's Red Hot, and this is where my love for spicy really began, guys. We use this for different things. Sometimes we make chicken wings. That's the staple from America, but it's basically chicken wings that are pan fried with hot sauce like this. It's kind of like the sauce they use on Richie's if you're in Indonesia. That's kind of like an American style, this thin, almost chemically produced sauce. But on the bacon, egg, and cheese, you gotta throw it in there. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna drizzle it on the top for this first bite, guys. Okay, like this. Oh, okay. First bite, guys. Here we go. Oh my God. That's so good. Oh my God, guys. And man, guys, I could just sit here all day and eat like 10 of these. Just drizzle the hot sauce on top, man. Oh my God. There's nothing like this, man. And anywhere in the US, you can't get a bagel this good. Anywhere in the world. Oh my God. How many times have I said, oh my God, at this point? Probably 10. And now, we're gonna chase it down with a staple American drink. It's actually from New York, but this is our version of iced tea. This is my favorite brand. It's called Snapple, and they have a bunch of varieties as well. And this is peach. Peach is my favorite peach iced tea. And this is just the best chaser on this bagel for brekkie. Ah, man. Someone asked me recently what I missed about the US, and I listed peach Snapple and Frank's Red Hot. It's so good, man. I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy this. And once I finish this, we'll get you guys walking around the house here. Are you telling me you wouldn't want to take a bite out of this for breakfast? Come on, no matter where you're from. Even if you're Indonesian, come on. You couldn't pass off rice for one day to take a bite of this? Come on. You guys are probably wondering my score, yeah? 11 out of 10. Easy. Easy. Yeah, I forgot, for our Muslim Indonesian viewers, I'm sorry you guys can't eat the pork bacon, but I mean, you could always substitute it for sausage. Sausage, egg, and cheese is another popular one. And you can do, beef sausage or chicken sausage with the hot sauce, of course. You can't forget. Oh my God. Last one, guys. Should we soak it? Let's soak it. Ooh. Drizzled there. So refreshing. Segar. Indonesians say segar. Fresh. Sudah. Finished. And that is a breakfast, man. That's how you start your day. And a lot of New Yorkers, you know, they stop by and get one of those sandwiches to go. They eat it in the car, they eat it on the train, they eat it when they get to work. It's almost religion. It's almost religion. But okay, let's get things cleaned up here. And then let's show you guys around the house. Let's now make our way through my house, through my family's house. And just apologies in advance, there's a lot of stuff going on right now because my parents are getting ready for Christmas. But also a lot has changed in this house since I grew up. My parents have, you know, updated things and changed rooms. So it's not exactly how it looked when I was here as a child, but it's still somewhat similar. So this is the front door where we came in. And once you enter the house, we kind of have what we call the living room right here. Behind me is the entrance to the kitchen where we just were. And then on this other side is the dining room. I'll give you a first person look at what it looks like. So we've got some couches here to sit and hang out, little table. And then this is a piano. I actually grew up playing piano when I was young. And then I migrated over to guitar and drums. So it's been a while, but yeah, this is the piano. And then I guess I could put myself out here and show you all the photos of when we were kids. But that's my mom and my brother. That's my mom, brother, and I when we were quite young. Oh, this is a good one there. You see the mushroom bowl cut? Oh, man. But there are tons and tons of photos here. My mom loves taking photos. And then back here is the dining room table. And then once we have Christmas here, we're going to have some family and friends come and lay out all the, you know, the plates and dishes and eat together here. And then this is another entrance into the kitchen where we just were. So I got the fridge, got a little toaster oven here. This is like a normal stove top and oven as well. Microwave and then sink and small little table. And this was actually all redone since I've left. My parents have, like I said, have updated the house. And then if you go out this way, this is the backyard through this window here, which I will show you after. But let's walk towards the rooms. So coming out here, it's a split home, so you can go down the stairs or up the stairs. You go up the stairs, and these are where the bedrooms are. That is my parents' room inside there. This is a bathroom. I can briefly show you guys. Pretty simple bathroom. What up? A shower there behind this towel, yeah. And pretty standard bathroom. Guys, there's no bum gun. Oh, there's no bum gun here. Hey, American friends and family. I just wanted to introduce you to the bum gun. It's a nice little tool we use to clean our bums. I'm telling people in the US, we need to get a bum gun to clean yourself. It's way cleaner. It's better than using just toilet paper and this toilet paper, yeah. It's just, you use the bum gun, a couple sprays, you're clean, a couple pats with the paper and you're dry, you save paper, and it's just so much cleaner. But I don't know if America and the West will ever get on the bum gun or bidet vibe. Hopefully one day, maybe we'll change that. Again, parents' room back there. And then here, this is my old room. And I have one younger brother, he's 2 years younger than me. I'm 30, he's 28. And we shared this room growing up pretty much our entire childhood. So it's not that big, but this was my brother's bed. This was my bed. We had a little dresser here and then another closet. But my parents have pretty much updated this entire room. It is nothing of what it looked like when I grew up. It was painted different shades. And I used to have tons and tons of posters, bands, sports, and all this stuff lining the walls here. This is the childhood room. And I actually haven't been staying in here since I've been back. I've been staying in the next room, which I'll show you. My parents made a guest room. It used to just be kind of like an empty room, but it's pretty crazy being back here, although it does look a lot different. And if you come out here, if you make a right, this used to be just an empty TV room, but now it's kind of like a guest room. And again, it was painted different colors and looked way different, but this is where I've been staying for the last few days since I've been home. And yeah, this is my backpack. I don't think a lot of people know, but this is my backpack. It's 55 liters. For the last 3 years, I've literally just lived out of this. And that's all you need, dude. That's all you need. I know people who own in the US who own houses and cars and tons of stuff, and I'm I'm telling you guys, like this, one set of clothes, and you'll be good. Now that we're done with the bedrooms, let's walk down the stairs. This we call like a den. It's just kind of like also similar to a living room, but we have the couch, chairs, the TV. This is where we hang out and kind of like spend time together, watch TV, watch movies. And we now got the Christmas tree up because it is Christmas in a few weeks. So this is where we're putting the tree. There's also another bathroom down here, a small one. This is a laundry room where we do laundry. You can get into the garage from that door, back up these stairs, and we're gonna come out through here, unlock the door, and this is the backyard. Now, most homes in the US usually have a backyard. People enjoy having a backyard because it's somewhere for kids to play if you have kids. So I spent a lot of time back here with my brother playing different types of sports on the grass here. And then we also have this cement, and we used to play basketball here. So you can't see now, but there used to be a basketball hoop right here, and I spent a ton of time playing basketball. And then in this shed here, we have a few bicycles and other things. But yeah, I spent a lot of time back here. And also, I had a dog growing up. Unfortunately, he passed a couple of years ago, but he was with my parents for 15 years. And having a dog, basically having a yard for the dog is a huge plus. So a lot of American households like having a backyard like this, or sometimes bigger depending where you're at. But we are now back in the kitchen, and let's just walk to the front of the house and just show you from out there, and then we'll tell you a little story. But before we do that, I'm gonna put some clothes on because it is so cold. Okay guys, I'm ready. Karena cuacanya dingin banget, bro, it's so cold. Let's make our way out here. Jangan lupa kunci pintu. Can't forget to lock the door, guys. Now you can see the house from the front here. And this is a classic American middle-class suburban house, guys. And if you look around the neighborhood, this is American middle-class suburbia right here. But now, guys, that we are finished at my home here, this is what we're gonna do. I wanna walk you guys a few minutes to a neighborhood park that was pretty much, you know, a prevalent place throughout my entire childhood, throughout my early years, throughout, you know, teenage years, just because so many things happened there for me, and I'll explain it to you guys. But it's about not even a 5-minute walk this way. So we're gonna walk down the street, go into the park, talk, tell some stories, and show you guys around. So let's get to it. Now we're making our way through the neighborhood here, and you can kind of see just what this looks like. But yeah, this is just American suburbia, guys. Like I said, you can see the streets are so wide. Like, look at this. I'm in the middle of this huge wide street, and it's huge. But now that we've just walked around my block here, I mean, no more than a few hundred meters, this is the side entrance to the park. So it's just great how close it was. And you know, even when I was a child, my mom was totally comfortable and okay with me just walking here. And man, it has been a long time since I've been back here. Oh my goodness, with the wind chill, it is so cold. It's gotta be 0 today, 32 Fahrenheit. It did snow here a few days ago, so if there was precipitation, it would be snowing. But okay, we're here at this, one of the main areas of the park, and now if you look out, this wide open field here. Now over here to the left, you got a baseball field, another baseball field front and center, another baseball field to the right. So I grew up playing a lot of baseball here when I was young. And then right here, you see this little hill with a small little building on top. That place, when it snows, is the best place to go sledding. And man, when it snows, if you get a few inches or a few centimeters, and it's enough where you can get on your sled and ride down, all the kids from the neighborhood used to come there and go sledding. Get a little rough and wild over there too, knocking each other over, playing King of the Hill. But yeah, that place was, I mean, that was the spot when it was snowing and you were in elementary school, you know. So as you come this way here, here's that first baseball field I was showing you. And these are the basketball courts, guys. Basketball is my favorite sport and the sport that I played the most. So I spent a lot of time here playing basketball. Next to the basketball courts, we've got these big, large cement walls, and these can be used for a bunch of different things. But we used to play wall ball, We basically throw a ball against the wall, and there's different rules and stuff. You can play stick ball or paddle ball or a bunch of different other games, or we just used to run around here like idiots and mess around. And then you can have this side of the courts as well. And then here are the tennis courts. I'm not super into tennis, but my parents are. And you know, these are often crowded on the weekends too. But yeah, here are the tennis courts, guys. So yeah, in terms of playing sports, or just recreational for fun with friends, I spent a lot of time here as well. But the place where I first came and spent my time when I was a young child, who knows how old, was the playground, guys. And the playground was like religion when you're a child. And that's what's right over here across from all the courts. I got like a small little set over here that you could play on. And then this little hangout gazebo area. And then there's this is the ultimate jungle gym, right? Hang out there. And then the swings, guys, the swings are, the ultimate. I think they've got swings everywhere in the world pretty much. But yeah, we used to swing here. And then we actually used to go like this. And then we loosen our shoes and we kick them, like as far as we go. And sometimes like our friends would be over there, and we used to kick our shoes like as hard as we can, trying to hit friends over there. So pretty funny. I'm back here on this other side of the park now, and there's just 3 things that I want to show you guys. So here is the ice skating rink. Now, when I was in 7th and 8th grade, so at 13 and 14 years old, we used to come here every Friday and skate. There's a big ice skating rink, and spent a lot of time there. So it was always a fun place to be. I also played a little bit of roller hockey growing up, and that's where we used to play. They had roller hockey and ice hockey. And then over here is the pool. And man, in terms of some of the best times I've had in my life, it's probably a lot that takes place at this pool. So it's a big, open, wide neighborhood pool. Let's see if we can get in there close and just show you, but obviously it's empty because it's winter. But I mean, I grew up going to the beach and going to the pool ever since I was a child. We'd go spend days and hours there, swimming, having fun. And then when I turned 16, I wanted to be a lifeguard, and I got a job at the pool, and that was some of the wildest and most fun years of my life, man. 16, a pretty good paycheck, working with all your friends. You know, you're working a lot, but you have a lot of fun on your time off, and it was just such a fun part of my life. So let's see, get you a little look here. Okay, so this is the entrance. You can see right there the pool. It's pretty big. And there's a bunch of different areas. There's a deep end where you can swim. There's some shallow ends where you can hang out. And then, yeah, my office was right in there, lifeguard office. But yeah, Newbridge Road Pool. Some good memories here. And then the last thing I want to show you is right across this parking lot here. Now we are walking up here to something that I actually built. So, for the Indonesians, I don't think you guys have Boy Scouts, but in America we have Boy Scouts, which is kind of like a geeky or nerdy thing to do, but it's fun, and you do a lot of outdoor activities and some fun stuff. And when you're a Boy Scout in your last year, before you finish, in order to earn the last rank, the rank is called Eagle Scout, and you have to do a really big project in order to become an Eagle Scout. So this is my project, guys. I can give you a little layout of the area here. But basically, this is a monument to honor all men and women that have served in the military in the United States. And I'll bring you up here. It's an engraved plaque on the top with the different branches of the military. So here you have the Marine Corps, you have the Army, you have the Navy, you have the Air Force, and you have my branch, which is the U.S. Coast Guard. And then this on top engraved is just a poem that honors men and women who have served. So I put this project together and worked together with different people to get this built, basically during my finals years here, so when I was 17. And then once it took a year to get the funding and to put it all together, and then once everything was finished, we actually had a ceremony with the government officials that run this park, and we kind of like christened it and had it. And since, I mean, this has been here now for 13, 14 years, which is pretty cool. And fortunately for me, my mom keeps up with the landscaping. So winter's landscaping really isn't a thing, but during the summer, this is all green and lush, and she plants different flowers and basically keeps it all nice. But yeah, this was kind of my lasting mark here on the park. One of my lasting marks here in Long Island. And yeah, it's pretty crazy being back. It's pretty wild. But here, let's do this. Let's go back to my home. Let's warm up a bit because I am freezing. And then we're gonna hop in the car and we're gonna take you about 10 minutes to the beach to show you what a beach looks like here in Long Island. And yes, we are on an island, there are beaches, but don't expect it to be as pretty as the ones in Indonesia, that's all I'm saying. And welcome back to my mother's car, everybody. It's just us, we're hanging out. But we're all set and ready to go to the beach. I forgot earlier to bump some tunes, man. I'm usually bumping tunes in the car. Let's get some vibes on. I don't want to get copyrighted. And yeah, so we're gonna drive to the beach, and it's about 4 or 5 miles only to the coast where the beaches are, guys, here on Long Island. And we're gonna go to the beach called Jones Beach, which is quite big, and there's a lot of stuff there and a lot of other places. I spent time where I grew up. And I guess we'll talk a little bit, we'll chat, and I will try to show some shots along the way of what the drive is like. This is kind of like the main road in my town here, and then you run off into this ramp, and then this leads you to one of the many highways on Long Island. And because we're going south towards the beach and it's the winter time, not many people are going to be on this highway because not many people are going to the beach. And it does feel good to be back in the driver's seat, guys. Back when I was living here in the US, I was a big road tripper, a big time driver, taking trips all the time. Usually on the weekends, if I had free time, I'd be doing road trips, sometimes solo, sometimes with friends. And then I have driven across the US on 2 big road trips twice, once when I moved to California, and then once when I moved from California back to Florida. So yeah, I love driving, I love bumping the tunes and hanging out, so it does feel good to be back, even though I did sell my car. This is my mom's car. I sold my car when I had left to start traveling. But now we're here on the highway, guys, and we're pretty much leaving the last residential part of Long Island and going to the coastline. So Long Island has these barrier islands that border on the outside, and like I said, they're about 4 or 5 miles offshore, and these are where the beaches are, where people like to spend their time. And as you're driving along the highway here, we cross a bunch of different bridges that are coming over different sections of water, different sections of the bay and different sections of the inlet. And here we go. We can get a pretty decent view right now. This is the whole bay, guys. And if you see all the way out in the distance there's a couple buildings and a lighthouse. That's Jones Beach. That's where we're going to be heading. Now we are coming up to the lighthouse, famous Jones Beach lighthouse. I actually have this tattooed on my arm. I know a lot of people ask me about my tattoos, but this is one of the places on my arm. They're not charging for parking these days. They're charging people to come in because it is winter time. But during the summer, you've got to have a pass or you got to pay. Success. Let's turn her off. Not bad, not a bad drive. One thing I want to show you guys before we walk onto the beach is the amphitheater here that I was mentioning earlier. If you look out in the distance there, I'll zoom in for it. There you can see right here, Jones Beach Amphitheater. And this place is really special for me because music is such a huge part of my life. And I've seen a ton of concerts at that amphitheater. I've seen everyone from Linkin Park and Blink-182 and Taking Back Sunday to Snoop Dogg and Busta Rhymes to classic rock bands like Steve Miller Band. I even saw Def Leppard, I saw Journey, just so many bands there because it is the circuit. They all come through here through the summer. And it's wild. You go to the parking lot before and you tailgate and you party, and even when you're in high school, and just had some wild times there. And I haven't seen a show there in a long time, but my mom and friends that are still here continue to see shows there. They're open during the summer, but it's quite cool. It's open amphitheater on the water overlooking the bay there. And I saw a show there once where it rained. We saw Blink-182 and it was pouring rain, and the show was still going and we were soaked, and just so many good times there. But now let's head on to the beach here. Oh, the geese are out here, yeah? I got my gloves, I'm prepared, because I was freezing before. And it's getting close to sunset here. It's only getting chillier. But here we go, guys. This is the entrance to the beach, and this is a Long Island beach, a classic East Coast American beach. Look at it, pretty big, huh? The beaches are nice here. I don't want to say they're not pretty, but it's not necessarily tropical, yeah? But the really cool thing about Long Island beaches and some other beaches on the East Coast is just how vast they are. I mean, look at this wide open, huge area of sand. The distance between the parking lot and the water, I mean, it's gotta be almost 400 meters. In this place, maybe 400. In other places, it's farther. It can be a half a mile between the parking lot and the ocean. And then, yeah, I spent a lot of time here with my family and our friends. You know, we come here on a Sunday morning for lifeguard training for 2 hours, and then all of our friends would come and their families, and we'd have a group of like 20 people just sitting here all day, you know, have lunch, play games, swim, and you know, spend a lot of time here. But this is the water in New York, guys. This is the water on Long Island. Again, not the beautiful tropical blue water you get in Indonesia and other places, but it's all right. And it is quite cold, guys. I'm not even gonna get close. And look at these swells, guys. It's ripping. If Shane was here, we'd be body surfing in there. You see that barrel, baby? Yeah, look at that. No, it's tiny waves today, guys, but sometimes there are big waves, I swear. But as I'm hanging here, enjoying the sunset, gonna wait for the sunset here, I just wanna take a minute and, you know, reflect a little bit and just tell you guys two things. You know, the first thing is that, as I'm sure you've seen by my reaction so far to this video, is that it's pretty surreal being here. It's pretty crazy being here. You know, I moved away when I was 18 and haven't lived here in 11 years almost. But this is the longest time I haven't been back, 3+ years without a visit. So it's pretty surreal being here, especially because if you had asked me in my late teen years and even some of my early adult life, I would have told you that I would have ended up here, and Long Island and New York would have been my home. You know, I wanted to travel, I wanted to go see the world, I wanted to move around the US, but I always imagined that I would come back here and live. And now it's, you know, Indonesia is my home now. And I think Shane feels the same way. And it's, you know, the people there and the country has welcomed us in the last 3 years. And people always ask me how long I'm gonna be there. And I tell them that I'll be there for at least the next 5+ years in the near future. And that's what I really see. I don't wanna say I'll be there forever because I don't know what's gonna happen, but it does really feel like home. So it's crazy to come visit New York, but it's really not me coming home to New York. It's coming to visit New York, and then after this I'll be going home to Indonesia. So it's a pretty crazy and surreal feeling, but I am so grateful. And the second thing that I wanted to say is it's so crazy how many of you guys watch us and how many of you guys support both Shane and I. And I just really wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I could never have imagined, you know, years ago when I was a kid hanging here, that I'd be sitting here with a video camera at age 30 talking to all you guys and have grown this channel. And it's just so nuts, and I'm so happy you guys are along for the ride with us. And I really just, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Terima kasih banyak, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for us, and I'm happy you guys are going to be there along the way. But yeah, now that I'm done being a little sentimental, let's get back in the car. We're gonna go back home, and I'm gonna meet up with my parents. They've been at work today, and we're gonna get some pizza, guys, because New York pizza is quality. Let's go. Stella's. Let's do it. Silakan, bro.
Sorry.
You can go ahead of me.
How it works with your phone.
Yeah, it's okay.
The camera down.
Okay. Whoa. Oh man.
Want one Grand Long? One margarita. Okay. All right.
Bruschetta.
You want that? Nah. You know what? I'll have one Sicilian. Okay. And then I'll have another grandma. 2 grandmas Sicilian and a margarita?
One more grandma and one buffalo chicken. We are back. These are my parents. You want to say hello?
Hi, how's
I
everybody?
think you guys met my dad from our. We'll meet my dad in another video later on. This is my mom.
Hi everybody,
Hello.
Merry Christmas from New York.
Do you want to open up the pizza or what?
Yes I do, I'm hungry.
Oh man. Do you want to tell us which is which? Which?
Okay, this looks like buffalo chicken over here,
Yep,
right?
yep.
This is a grandma's.
Grandma slice.
Sicilian.
Sicilian.
Another grandma.
Another grandma.
A margarita.
Margarita.
And this looks like a pinwheel.
Pinwheel, yes.
Buffalo chicken or
Buffalo
eggplant?
chicken pinwheel.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to eat or what?
I can't wait. I'm not waiting.
Time to
hungry.
indulge.
Now there's 3 of us here, but we are missing one. My brother, Brian. I'm 30, he's 2 years younger, he's 28, so we're saying a big hello to Brian. He moved down to Washington, D.C., yeah? DC?
And he's 6'5".
Yeah, he's big. He's 180, almost 190 centimeters. He's like 6'4", 6'5", and I'm about 180 centimeters, which is 5'11", 6 foot. But yeah, he's a big boy.
Hope you all make it here sometime.
To New York, yeah?
You're always welcome in Long Island.
Long Island. So I forgot to say earlier, guys, that in terms of the bagels and the pizza here, it's really special in New York because the bread is really important. Like the dough that they use to make the bread is really important. So I know Indonesians might not quite understand that, but the way bread is made and the ingredients is huge. So in terms of the bagel this morning, just the way it's made and all the ingredients that put it together make it so good. And the same goes for the pizza, guys. The same goes for the pizza. So the crust,
It's
you
from
see,
the water.
it's from the water. So the rumor, not the rumor, but people believe that water is a key ingredient when you're making dough, when you're making bread, right? And people think that because New York actually has some of the highest quality water in the United States, like the tap water that comes directly from the sink, is some of the highest quality water in the United States. So people think that because the water is so good in New York, it makes the pizza and the bagel so good. So that's the conspiracy, if you will. What I'm gonna eat is a buffalo chicken slice, guys. So it's buffalo chicken on the pizza, and buffalo chicken it's a traditional but a legendary spicy chicken that we eat here in the United States. It's from a city called Buffalo. That's why I love spicy food, and they put it on the top of the pizza here mixed with the cheese, so you guys can see it's delicious. And then my mom's eating a grandma slice. They call it a grandma slice, which looks like this, and it's a square pizza, and it's got really quality ingredients with sauce and cheese that makes it a little bit different with flavor, and some basil on the top as well. But New York pizza, like the margarita slice here, is known for being thin crust. So although Italy's the home of pizza, where pizza started, guys, New York kind of has taken over because of the influx of Italian immigrants that moved here throughout the 1900s and have kind of brought our own take on pizza. That's why New York pizza has become so famous. But yeah, do you have anything else to say about pizza?
Well, your relatives are renowned
Yes.
Little Italy pizza makers,
Yeah.
cookie makers
Yeah.
in the Bronx, New York.
Yeah, my dad's side of the family is Italian.
Madonia.
Yeah, it's Madonia.
Milano's.
My dad's side of the family is Italians, so I'm actually 3rd generation. My great-grandma, my dad's grandma, moved here from Italy along with his great-grandpa, so I'm 3rd generation Italian, and I have some Italian relatives here in New York, some that have a bakery, used to open a pizza shop, a pretty well-known one. My mom's family is Irish and Eastern European. We thought somewhere in Poland, but now maybe Russia. We don't quite know. But yeah, so we're a mixed group here. Reaction, first bite here. Look at this goodness. So buffalo chicken, spicy chicken with the hot sauce, similar to the hot sauce we had this morning, on top of the pizza. That's so good. Guys, you know it's good when it's crunchy. Ready for this? If the pizza's all floppy, oh, there goes a piece of chicken. See how this bottom here, it's not burnt, but it's, you know, pretty, you can hear the crispy there, and you can see a little bit of the browning and blacking. That's when it's good. You know, you get a nice crispy bite. When pizza's like completely floppy and it's not crunchy, it's not as good. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy this with my family.
We're loving it.
Yeah, we're loving it. I'm loving it. It's been a while since I had pizza, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed me giving you a little bit of taste of what my life was in my childhood and growing up. And I know I talked a lot, but I hope you guys enjoyed the storytelling. Stay tuned for Shane's vlog from his hometown next week, and stay tuned for some other content from here in New York City and where Shane lives down in North Carolina, and we'll see you in the next one.